Hello guys, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to be covering how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Well, this is actually part 2 of subtracting unlike denominators in fractions, so if you want to see part 1, I have put it at the end of the video, so you can watch that video first, and if you're ready for part 2, you can just watch this video. So, to, um, to subtract fractions with unlike denominators, we follow 4 easy steps. First, we find a common denominator. So we're going to find a common denominator of 6 and 4 for the first example. Next, we are going to rename both fractions so they have the same denominator. Then we're going to subtract the numerators and keep the denominators the same. And finally, always we can simplify the answer if it is possible. So now let's practice with these steps with a couple of examples. So for the first example, we have 5/6 minus 1/4. So the first thing we're going to do again is we're going to find a common denominator. So to do this, it's very simple. You just have to know the multiples of 6 and 4. So let's write a couple of multiples of 6 first. So we have 6 and then 12 and then 18 and then 24. Let's keep it at this. So now we're going to do a couple of multiples of 4. So we have 4, 8, 12, and 16. So now, if you can see, we have a 12 in both of the multiples. So this is going to be our common denominator. So now, all we have to do is we have to turn these two denominators into 12. And we do this by multiplying. So, of course, we're going to multiply 6 by 2. But if you're multiplying the bottom, so the denominator, we have to multiply the numerator as well. So we're going to do both sides by 2. And now for 4, we're going to do 4 times 3. So we're going to do times 3 and for the numerator as well. So now we have done the first finding the common denominator. Now we are going to rename this. So let's get rid of the multiples of these two like this, and we can rename this. So we're going to do 5 times 2, this will equal 10, and 6 times 2, which will equal 12. So we have 10 12 minus 1 times 3 equals 3, and 4 times 3 equals 12. So now our problem is 10 12 minus 3 12. And this is very easy. We're just gonna subtract our numerators. So we have 10 minus 3, which is 7, and our denominator is going to stay the same, which is 12. So this will be our final answer of the first example, because this fraction is already simplified and it can't get any more simple. So now for the second example, we have 9/10 minus 2/5. So again, we're going to take the same 4 steps to get to our final answer. First step we're going to do is we're going to find out our common denominator. For this one, we don't really have to write down the multiples of these two, because we can just turn this 5 into a 10 by multiplying it by 2. And of course, we have to multiply our numerator also. And for this one, we don't have to do anything with the left fraction, because this is already a 10 and we don't have to change the 10 to anything. So now we're going to do 5 times 2 and 2 times 2. So let's rename our fractions. So we're going to do 9/10 minus 2 times 2, which equals, like this, and then 5 times 2 equals 10. And now this will be our final problem. So now the last step we're going to do is we're going to subtract the numerators, which is 9 minus 4, and 9 minus 2 will equal 5. 9 minus 4 will equal 5. So we are going to have 5. But now there's one more step we have to do this one, because this one can get simplified. So 5/10, what you can do is we can divide it by 5. We're going to divide both sides by 5 and get to our simplified fraction. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1, and 10 divided by 5 equals 2. And as you can see, 1/2 will be our final answer of the last example. So this was basically, again, how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. So again, if you want to see part 1, it will be at the end of this video. So basically in about a couple of seconds, you will see it at the left side of your screen. So this was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a question in the comments, and as always, this was Mr. Mathz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.